In this video, I am going to cover something super important. How I finally killed my fear of speaking English and made it possible to crack 2 cabin crews interview with amazing airlines. If you are someone who gets nervous speaking in English or worries about making mistakes, so this video is for you. Trust me guys, I have been there. And I'm here to tell you this is completely possible to beat this fear. So let's dive in this video. So hello everyone, my name is Pallavi and I'm going to share how I finally killed my fear of speaking English. Point number 1, the moment I realized my fear. There was a perfect time when I had this opportunity to present myself in a debate. And somewhere I was completely ready for that. But guys, few things were making me panic. There were few candidates who were great fluent in English language because they completed their education from an English medium or they got many chance to present themselves in English speech. And for me, it was my first time. I don't want to mention these all things, but sometimes it happens. We don't want to mention, but we have to mention for making you understand better. So I completed my education from UP board. Or being a UP board candidate, I did not get any chance to present myself in English language. Or I learned English as a subject where I was just able to translate the sentences Hindi to English. And during that debate time, I was doing the same thing. I was translating the sentence Hindi to English. And when my turn came, I stood and came in the middle of the class for sharing my points. I had perfect points in my mind, but what happened I couldn't share. I was repeating few words and I was repeating the same sentences. Try to remember those translated sentences in my mind. I know my tutor, my classmates were amazing. They were very supportive. But somewhere I was stuck completely, realizing my fear with this language. On the other hand, I was deciding, Pallavi, you have to kill this fear. And otherwise you won't be able to survive. Because I was there for preparing my cabin crew's interview. Please note this point. If you have same fear of speaking English, so from now start identifying where it comes from exactly. I would give you 3 to 4 points that would definitely help you. Point number 1, people would laugh at you if you make mistakes or if you pronounce any word wrong. Point number 2, you have no idea of grammar rules. Point number 3, you are not confident. Point number 4, you don't have a supportive partner. Guys, everyone makes mistakes while learning a language. This is a part of learning. When you make mistakes, so after that definitely you would correct and then you won't repeat those same mistakes. Point number 2, surround yourself with English. To be very honest guys, I surrounded myself with English language completely. I had my co-learners, great tutor, amazing environment and I was giving my 100% and I was giving my 2 or 3 hours for learning this language. I was completely in my comfort zone. So somewhere it became very easy for me. Point number 3, celebrate every small wins. I celebrated my every small one. Whenever successfully I completed my conversation with my co-learners and sometimes with my teachers. So after that, I celebrated that moment by myself. And those small ones kept me motivated. I kept pushing myself forward and I was progressing. Point number 4, practice makes progress. I practiced every day. I did not skip a single day for that. Guys, To be very honest, as I mentioned, I had co-learners, teachers, amazing environment, or I was giving my 2 or 3 hours for learning this language. So where I got all these things exactly? I took admission in an institute. So after that, I was getting these all things directly. So somewhere it became very easy for me. To be very honest guys, for getting all these things I took admission in an institute. So after that I was getting directly everything. So somewhere it became very easy for me and I learned this language very well and I'm very much confident today. But I really appreciate those people who learn this language by themselves. They don't take any guidance, they don't have any tutor, but they learn this language. I really appreciate them. But on the other hand, this is not everyone's cup of tea. Lot of people want to learn this language, but they are not progressing in their life. They are not able to learn because they are not following all those steps continuous. So for that purpose, I want to suggest them you can join any online or offline institute. It completely depends on you. Last but not least, point number 5. Gaining confidence over time. Lot of candidates say this thing, I'm not confident ma'am, or I don't have courage to present myself. I always say confidence is not something that you can pay or buy. You have to gain it by time. As much as I practiced, I started feeling more and more confident with this language. I always say, while learning this language, I wasn't perfect, but I wasn't afraid anymore. I kept challenging myself to speak in new and difficult situations, kept pushing forward, and I made it possible. And through all these process, I improved my spoken English and made it possible to crack 2 Cabincrew's interview. And I am going to finish this video here, but I am very sure you would start after this. If I shared any informative point with you, so for that purpose, please like and subscribe. I would definitely come back with next informative video. Till that, bye bye everyone. Take care, keep growing.